another one.
I feel like I chose the wrong career. That is never a good start to a question. Does anyone else feel like they chose the wrong career path? I regret going into testing. From what I've seen, testing is the worst role in tech. It's not respected by a lot of companies. Testers are the first to go in any organization. Less and less companies are hiring QAs these days. The list goes on and on. Okay, this is going to be a sad night apparently. This does not seem like a stable profession, and if I have a mortgage on a house, how the F am I going to pay the bills as a QA when it's such an unstable career? What other fields can I transition into? All right, let's start the clock. So, I would adamantly disagree with the sentiment of testing is the worst role in tech. There are other roles that are much, much worse. So, start off with that. Now, it's not respected by a lot of companies. I tend to disagree. I tend to disagree with the whole sentiment. Why do I disagree with the sentiment? Right? Because the reason I disagree with the sentiment is because you are responsible for the perception of your role and value to the organization. If like for me at least, if I didn't value a role, I just wouldn't hire it. So I'll give you an example. I don't like taking notes, and because it's hard for me to focus on a conversation and also take notes on the conversation. So instead of hiring an assistant to take notes for me, I just pay AI what's the service? I pay this AI service, I don't know, like $20 a month or something like that to jump on every call that I'm on, like not for work, but for coaching and whatever meetings that I have personally. It jumps on the call, part of my Google Meet, and it takes all the notes for me and then it sends me a summary and I know exactly what's going on. And then when I have a meeting with that person again, I can go back to those notes and see, okay, what was the action items for the person? Do I need anything prepared for this meeting and everything like that? And even sends me an email when I have recurring meetings on the calendar to say, hey, this is what you had in the last meeting, but I can't afford an assistant. I can't afford a human person to do this. So I didn't value having a human assistant, but I valued having an AI assistant, right? The reason I share that is because you are responsible for the value that you bring to your company. So if you are not bringing value, then they will see you as value dash less. Now, what I do personally is I go out there and I look for the different things that are missing, the different holes, the different gaps in the process and stuff like that, and I try to plug those holes. So when you see me teaching about how to use Docker and how to use Terraform and stuff like that, that's because I saw those particular gaps in like different roles that I've been in, different in my company and stuff like that. That I said, hey, you know what? I can go here and add some value. And then I can, when I so now I'm adding value to the engineers, and they say, okay, you know what? We really appreciate the work that tech coach Ralph is doing, and I mean they don't call me that at work, but you know what I mean. Like taking alleviating us from having to worry about this, and we can focus on building the application. And I'm like, okay, so now I need some infrastructure to be set up. I'm gonna go do that. Oh, I need to update the automation framework. Let me go do that. Oh, I need to do this presentation for the QA chapter. Or let me go do that. And I'm always looking and I'm always maneuvering to say, okay, what else can I do to add value to my organization? So therefore, like when things start to happen, I say, okay, you know what? We do need to make cuts, but we're not going to look at this person because they have done A, B, C, and D, and there's so many other positions in the there's so many like different things that they can do to help further our organization, right? And you're right about the part that less and less companies are hiring QA these days. And the thing is, they're hiring less manual QAs and hiring more QA engineers who can be very dynamic in the work that they do, from manual testing, from writing test plans, from communicating with engineers, from infrastructure type stuff. See, I'm gonna let you this. I am your worst nightmare, me, in QA, because I push the bar further and further and further. Because I say, you know what? QA should know how to build infrastructure. QA should know how to use Docker, how to use AWS, how to use Amazon Web Services. QAs should be willing to pioneer and pushing through to the future. See, but if you want to just sit back and not learn anything new, not contribute and everything like that, and just expect, I just want to sit here, get the test, and then execute them, and then that's it. Then that's when you become the first to be let go, because you like if you're doing what they can hire somebody in a foreign country to do for 10 times less the price, then why are they going to keep you? See? And when you say you're just a tester, see, I will never refer to myself as a tester. I'm an engineer, and I innovate and I pioneer, and like I'm always looking like so many different tools. Like just this past week or so, helping one of my coworkers set up some Docker work, like for an image, and like some very custom stuff that you wouldn't even think about a QA person doing. But not only did I have the research capability and the mindset to do it, I also enabled that coworker to go into the realms that he's never gone before, using Docker and different libraries and stuff like that. And to me, that is the value that you need to look to bring to your organization, not just sitting around, oh, let me execute this test, let me execute that test. With that mindset, then you will go very, very, very far in tech, and you will see that testing is not the worst role in tech. All right? All right.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.